Yo, what's going on, guys? I missed the whole damn weekend on a choo-choo train all the way down the West Coast. Uh, a little advice for anyone wanting to take a long train ride, as in 2 days, 47 hours and 11 minutes to be exact. You got to get a sleeper car. I was in the business class. The seats were great, all sorts of leg room, but I tell you what, and the seats don't go back, trying to sleep in that son of a gun. So long story short, I took the son of a gun all the way down to Seattle to Los Angeles, from Los Angeles to Tucson. Last night I stepped up, paid 380 something dollars just to sleep for 9 hours. After one night of sitting upright in a chair, or damn near upright, they just reclined a little bit. So that was the best $380 I ever spent to bump up to one of those mini sleeper cars that is the size of a small child would be barely comfortable in this thing. But it was well spent, $380 well spent. Anyway, you guys, I have not read the whole entire GameStop report because I was on the choo-choo train and busy today with Lily. Lily's here. She's going to say goodbye on the way out. But how can you not see some highlights? We got pissing matching for it. We got Super Stunk guys going, talking about AMC. Everybody in an uproar again. You guys, let me just cool everybody's jets. We all are going to listen to who we're going to listen to. We're going to take whatever we think we as human beings want to take in, want to believe and use. There's no divide here. So, that's between people acting foolish, acting like children, internet stirring up the pot, talking right out of the whole left side of your face. We know better than that. Everybody that's been around for 10 minutes, there's no divide here. In my opinion, you guys have heard me say this a gazillion times. Whether you're a sundial person, BlackBerry, these are all the same stocks. Sure, you can make the argument for GameStop, FTDs for years and lower. I get all of it. These are all shorted stocks, meme stocks, whatever you want to call them. But they're in the same basket of you know what. So I know most of you guys are going to take what you want to take and use it and hold the stock. But the other thing too with this report, I see a lot of disappointment. Some people liked it. This was not going to be a catalyst to start a short squeeze today. Sure, everybody wants to read it, but is it repeating everything? I've seen a lot of people saying it was repeating everything from January, everything we ever know. Well, yeah, because we've dug all that stuff up, and that's why we're at the point where we're at today, is we're spending every dollar, most of us are, a lot of us, and holding these stocks because we know the manipulation in these stocks, right? So everybody relax. Everything's just fine. Oh, we had a hell of a day today too, didn't we? Here's one thing I want to touch on here. Let's just listen to this Gary Gensler really quickly, and then one tweet from user of Intellect, and then we'll get on with the vid here.
We've all come to hear the general story. A stock that went from 20 to 480 and back to 40, all in a matter of weeks. GameStop, though, was just one of many so-called meme stocks that exhibited significant price volatility, trading volume, and attention in the markets this past January. Our staff at the Securities and Exchange Commission have been assessing the market events of January, and they've just published a report on the developments in the markets, both the equity markets and the options market, with a focus on you, the individual investors. Now, investing in the stock market naturally comes with risk, but the extreme volatility of meme stocks tested the capacity, the resiliency of our markets, and it gave us an opportunity to study how we can further ensure that the markets are working for everyday investors. I think the events lead to a number of areas for study. One, the events that may have caused brokerage firms to restrict trading, and what we can do to lower those chances in the future. Two, trading in dark pools and through wholesalers where it's not going to the stock exchange when you send an order, and the related payment for order flow. Three, the use of predictive data analytics to market to each of us differently through digital engagement practices. And four, short selling and the market dynamics around short selling. If you're interested in getting a deeper understanding of the GameStop events in January, then check out our report that we just published.
Well, that could have been shown in a second grade classroom right there. That was kind of stupid, silly. But again, what did we expect, right? I don't think any of us expected a whole ton. But the one part of this that I did see, how could you not see this? Thing's been out 8 hours now. But this right here, shout out to User of Intellect. I just seen her post this. This has been talked about today too. Without reading this and just seeing the clef notes of this, whatever you want to call it, GME is the only stock the staff observed as having short interest of more than the shares outstanding in January. Now, we know who, but when is this going to be explained? Where's the chart? Where, yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about here. I don't know what to think of this whole report. I want to read the whole thing. I'm gonna read some of it tonight. I'm gonna read the rest of it in the morning. I know what I'm gonna read, but just that sentence right there. Who's going down? When are they going down? It's in the report right there, Gary. What are we doing about that? I've seen a lot of people saying, yeah, what are we doing? Well, I mean, let's see. The bottom line is here is all of our DD 10 months now is done. We know why we're holding this stock. End of story. There's going to be no catalyst for this. Catalysts are already here. They've been here for months and months and months. Just one of these days, they're going to start covering these. But it's going to be at the least time we expect it, folks. Speaking of our stock, did good today. Up 5.62. I see GME running as well, too. So let's see what goes on tomorrow. We got a long week ahead of us, boys and girls. Long week. 1 million. Wasn't this way the hell down here today? Calls in the money, 40,000. Out of the money, 130. Yeah, I thought this was down to like 100. Was it? I'm going to relook into that. Sorry, I'm not totally prepared this evening. But let's pop over here. 1477. We're almost busting them 1.5 right out of the gate. I did get an email on the guy that sent me earlier about adding up the RRP a different way. I apologize. I read some of that. I'm going to pop it back up and more on that tomorrow. I think we did break the record last week without even knowing it. Again, 64%, the old pool of darkness, as we thought, our running day average, folks, 64%, as usual, right? Yep, movie theaters are dead too. Mr. Adam Aaron over here. October movie ticket sales results show cinemas are finally on the rebound. First 2 weeks of October, domestic industry box office grosses are more than $300 million and the biggest 14-day total since February of 2020. The theaters are toast. You should probably short this stock, folks. Not really. This thing really pissed me off. Okay, we can joke about this guy and all the midget jokes and all that, but what I'd like to see his face before he's seen this. Obviously, he took this article, right? If you haven't read it in just a brief 10 seconds here, he's talking about a robbery, okay, a purse snatching at an AMC theater. This guy's just a scumbag. There's some people between this guy and Jimmy over there, Kramer, they need to be off of Twitter. These guys too old and creepy and weird, but this is sad. You know, did he pull this article up and go, you know what, should I? You know, talking about tweeting it out or whatever. What a scumbag. Dude. I didn't read the comments on this, but people can't be happy about that, can they? Jesus, you guys. Just to block it all out, folks. Block it all out. Look at this. The motley shill. The biggest shill FUD spreaders of the entire planet. Are you sure you want to short AMC stock? Look at this turd. Look at this thing, though. Talking about all the positivities here. In AMC. Can you believe that? Who's Ricky here? I don't think we touched on these guys. Remember, we're always breaking down these folks that did the articles. That's amazing, isn't it? Ricky, TMF Breaker Rick. Fool since 97. Okay. Guy's probably respective, got a few articles under his belt. Whatever. But that was crazy to see the Motley Fool do that. Okay, guys, a short brief one. I'm going to read up on this thing. Let me know in the comments if there's any other highlights or anything you guys took away from it, or blast me over on the old Twitter. The Lulu is here tonight. She's going to say goodbye on the way out the door here in 1 second. But that's it, you guys. Don't let any of this nonsense get in the way of what we're doing. We're holding the stock. It costs us nothing. We are not losing any money holding this stock. The other guys are. So everyone just relax. If you're stressing out, the old swinger will cool you down. Okay, here's the baby Lou.